Okay, today what we're going to be talking about is some three-dimensional background panels that you could use to display whatever your collection happens to be. It might be that your collection's out on a table that doesn't have a background and things can roll off, or you kind of want to offset them from the wall, or maybe work in a cubicle and you've got a little room around your computer space. So one of the first panels I designed was this girder panel. It's a flat panel. As you can see, it has slots and have all the panels. There's three different styles. Can be connected together by inserting these in there. Now, for example, if you came up to a corner and you needed to make a right angle corner, you could connect up like that, and then of course you could connect this and come out this way and make something bigger. And this piece prints flat, no supports required. This corner piece actually prints flat too, and then you bend it, you fold it. Both these lay out flat, and they put a little glue in the seam and just heave them together, fold them together. So the next panel that I decided to make was going to have a light display on it. I decided, why not take the classic toy that, or one of the toys that I grew up with, which was called Thinkatron, and just kind of use it as the basis. And they've got two different easy ways of doing the lighting on this thing. This particular one, I'm using this controller, and it comes with what they call fairy lights. It has 8 different segments of things that it can go through, different displays. And it just, it's on the first position, it just randomly goes through all the different positions to kind of give you a computer screen. And again, you've got the connectors, so you could in fact connect these together and use them with the flat panel girdered systems if you wanted, and start making a longer display. Add more off this way, more of these, whatever it is you wanted to do. In case you've never seen the particular one you're looking at there, the fairy light one, this is up on Amazon. This is just kind of showing one of the versions. This particular one, I mean, it's like $5 or $6. Comes with a remote control if you want, or you have the button. I actually got the one that's in this unit that I just showed you for free from someone. They'd already lost the remote, so I just used the button to select and go through the different settings. But all the lights are wound up on a little cable, and they're just little itty bitty lights. And in this particular version, pull back again. So in this particular one, actually these holes are 5mm, so you could just use 5mm LEDs, and I'll show you that version in a minute, where you print this little panel, and these poke through from the back side, and then you can see that there's these grooves and slots. Well, that's where you take the individual little fairy lights, as they like to be called. I mean, you can even get them at dollar stores. Here's a little piece of a dollar store one that I had left lying around. I've used a lot of the little teeny lights, but you can see there, it's just a little itty bitty light. But the way I have it designed is you would take a hot melt glue gun, and I stick the light right in that little hole, put some hot melt glue over it, then just fold up the unused wire and bring the next light into place and put it down, and before you know it, you've made up a panel. Okay. So the one where I actually put the 5mm LEDs in it is this one. And I decided to buy, you can get the LEDs with flashers built in them in any color. You can also get them what they call RGB, where the LEDs go through all the different color variations plus flash. These particular ones are blue and flash. And you know how cameras don't like looking at LEDs, so don't be surprised if it doesn't whack it out. So basically these are just flashing LEDs, and because each one has its own flashing unit in it, you're going to end up with really cool random patterns like that. Alright, Let's set you back here. Get you in the back corner back there. We can still see you going on. Then I thought it might be fun if there was a mechanical panel. And just like all these other panels, this particular case, I'd run out of gray filament, so I printed the back in white and just did the front with the gray filament. This prototype one, I have a little bit of extra slop in there, and it becomes apparent to me that, yep, that part of this thing has come out of its, there we go, I think I got it back in. I've got a recessed switch here in the front, and basically there is a motor in there that runs the meter movement back and forth and spins the reels. This entire motor and whole thing only draws 11 milliamps, which is less than an LED. It'll run a long time. And the motor that I'm using is the same one that I used in the sit scan robots. Let's see if I can find it here. Here we go. It's this guy here. It's an N20 type motor, and it went for the slowest gear ratio that they had, which in this case is listed at 16 RPMs at 12 volts, and I'm only running at 6 volts, so it's about 8 RPM. But that gave me the most power and the lowest amount of current draw that I was going to get. Let's see if I've got, I know I've got some more of these connecting pieces around here. I only see one sitting here, which means I've got another one sitting somewhere else. Let's see. I haven't got much room here. I'm going to try to wedge this all together. There we go. So you can see we can do all kinds of different things. You could make whichever ones you wanted. You could have one of those and put another one of these blank panels in between. You could have the mechanical one. You could have the right angle one. And the idea is to form a background, a three-dimensional background, that you then stand whatever your collection is in front of to offset it. And I will have links to the STL files on Thingiverse in the description box down below.